If you've ever found yourself LARPing with half of a rifle, go ahead and hit that like button. Howdy y'all and welcome back. So, episode 2 of the Beverly build. This is where we are so far. Pretty happy with it. Let's take this over to the table and get a closer look. Alright, so here's where we are so far. We've got the lower pretty much done. I will maybe possibly swap this out for something a little more luxurious, but it's also a perfectly serviceable, nothing wrong with it. I do like the way the CTR locks in nice and snug, so that's pretty cool. Plain old, nothing fancy, mil-spec buffer tube. The primary weapons systems ratcheting castle nut, which is just an absolute must in my opinion. I have them on all of my ARs, as well as the Battle Arms Development Selector safety switch there. This one is ambi. As I mentioned, I'm not a fan of these. I like the regular one-sided ones, but since this build is not really for me, it may have a lefty user or might be running drills where you're switching to your weak side, and that is kind of a nice feature to have if you go switch-sided. So the Battle Arms Development, as well as Battle Arms Development bolt release and mag release. This has the little extendy gizmo going on here, so if you've got shorter fingers, you can reach up and grab it just like that, and you don't quite see how it just buys you, what, about an extra quarter of an inch, something like that, almost a half inch. So that is pretty cool. I also went with this. I had like 5 different Magpul grips sitting around in the garage. And I forget the model of this one, but it is noticeably smaller than the other ones. It's less kind of ergonomic, but it is noticeably smaller. So, this might have a smaller user running it. So having the little bit thinner grip and the little extension there on the mag release might really be comfortable for someone with smaller hands. If you have great big meat paws, you can still make it work. So. And then we've got the Geisley 2-stage G2S trigger. Once I get this up and really running, I will be doing a head-to-head comparison with the LaRue meticulously built 2-stage trigger. But so far it feels pretty cool. Let's see if I can kind of give that just a quick demo. We'll go into more depth on what I think about this trigger, but it's definitely an improvement over whatever that brand was that was in there before, so that's a win. And that pretty much covers it all. Got a few more parts on the way, and we will be doing an official announcement on the fundraiser for this guy to go ahead and get it finished out. And we're going to be doing some donations to the Trevor Project, so stay tuned. Pay attention to the LGO main page for official announcements. And that pretty much wraps it up here on the tabletop. All right, so that's where we are so far. Regular viewers will know that this already has quite a bit of kind of how I get down kind of vibes to it. But I'm also trying to really be aware that it's going to be used by other people than me and make decisions based on that as well as just making it cool and kind of as bomb-proof as possible. That's the idea, is that we really don't want this build to shit the bed on someone who has flown in from out of state and is using it during the middle of a training. So, that's going to be like the number one thing going on here, is that we want reliability. So stay tuned, and until next time, be easy, y'all.